Consciousness coaching is kind of a catch-all term. It's sort of, for lack of a better way of describing the thing, and I think there's probably a lot of people out there who do something very similar, who call it any number of other things. So it's also just a healer, or a coach, or a therapist, or I used to call it facilitating consciousness. But essentially what it is it's a somewhat goal-oriented way of getting you to wherever it is that you want to be, spiritually, but also in your work, in your life, in your relationships, reaching for joy, reaching for embodiment, reaching for authenticity. And so whatever it is that you want to reach in your life, and whatever it is that's holding you back, we look at those things and you figure out ways to get you there, but in consciousness. And so part of it is also, if you are a person who's on a spiritual journey, and you find that there are certain limitations and things that are holding you back, then we also look at it from the lens of consciousness, from the lens of meditation, from the lens of energy healing, to figure out what are the ways in which your beliefs are actually still holding you in place and dragging you backwards. We look at what it is that you're actually believing in that's still blocking you, that's actually not aligned with infinite source consciousness. And you wouldn't believe the number of things that are still there in our limiting beliefs, even though we might have an overarching belief of all of this is infinite, or all of it is possible, and it's only energy, and all I have to do is breathe and heal, right? There's all these little bits that are still floating around in the back there that we took on from our families, from our communities, from our ancestors, from the collective consciousness, from just living in this world and being a human being, and just picking up on tidbits. There's so many different ways in which we're still locking ourselves into just old beliefs and old patterns. So we locate those. We help you shift your consciousness out of believing in those things. And the more that you see things from this infinite perspective, not just intellectually, but also bodily, the more you receive that and open, the more magic and miracles and possibilities come through, and the more that you are able to not just achieve your dreams, but also see your dreams clearly, also know what they are, and so that you can actually be aligned with them in a way that's less sticky and less complicated.